Welcome back to the channel, guys. And here we are with another video of the Master League. And finally, I have very decent roster of Open Masters League, and I have been able to max out three legendaries. And Mewtwo is on the way. I think Mewtwo is level 48-ish. And I have Kyogre built as well. That's around level 46, 47. So my Open Masters roster is coming pretty decent, and I hope that by next season I have a full set of six legendaries completed, and then I have obviously another non-legendary 50s as well. So that's why I decided to play some Open Master League battles, because I, for one, wasn't really playing the Master League with legendaries up until now. So it was pretty excited, and it's the sets which I'm showing consist of a 5-endo set as well, along with the set which I played decently, but I messed up as well. So I wanted to showcase both, like a set wherein I was able to do very well, and the other one wherein I was not able to do as good as I have should been. I should have. So if you enjoy watching this content, and if you like our video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We are less than 100 subscribers to get to 1,000. So yeah, so sooner we get to 1,000, I think it would motivate me as much. So before we start with the battles, and before we start with the actual battles, if you're new to the channel and you don't know about our Discord channel, you can join the Discord channel as well. We host a lot of tournaments, fun tournaments as well on the channel, and you'll get to interact with the community. So without further delays, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So let's start with game number 1 and see how we start. And we pick up a very positive lead in the form of this Kyogre, and opponent makes a save swap to Primarina, which is quite surprising. And in my instinct, I tapped down to the Landorus, but I could have gone into Kyogre as well, sorry, Mewtwo as well, but since Landorus has a negative matchup against Kyogre, that was my first instinct. And since they save swapped into a Charmer, I am quite certain that they are running another Charmer in the back, maybe a Togekiss or Sylveon. So we are able to retain the switch advantage, which is quite nice. And they come in with Kyogre Farmers down, but at this point, since since I've maintained switch advantage, I am very certain that I'm in a commanding position. But in comes this Togekiss. So the trick here is that I cannot allow my opponent to sneak in a charm, which I don't. So that's pretty nice, because now I'll definitely be able to get to another Side Strike. So I end up shielding this move. If they get a boost, that really would be bad, but fortunately they do not. So I throw one Psycho Cut and then throw my Side Strike. So this Side Strike will land, and ideally I could have looked to farm them down, but that was quite risky, considering I have a Dialga on the Kyogre, so there was no need to take additional risk. So Kyogre comes as farms down, but and I think the opponent quit, realizing they cannot win. So yeah, good games to my opponent. Moving on to the next one, picking up a negative lead this time in the form of this Zacian, and here I try to catch normally try to catch a close combat onto my Mewtwo after the 7th Snarl, but I think they threw early, so I am going for this Iron Head. This is definitely going to grab the shield, because otherwise Zacian will definitely go down. So I tried to catch a move, but unfortunately failed. And but the good thing is that I'm able to draw out their Giratina. So going for the Shadow Ball, which I'm not sure whether it's the right play. I definitely could have gone for a Side Strike as well, because anyway I need 2 charge moves to KO this Giratina. So I no shield this because I want to get energy advantage on my Dialga, and I think my opponent again makes a slight misplay of allowing me to get to a Side Strike, and that allows me to flip the switch advantage. And now my Landorus is on the Zacian, which is quite nice. Even if it's a player off, I'm not going to shield, because I want to see what Pokemon they have in the back, and I'll be able to get to another charge move. And my opponent does a really good catch onto their I don't saw what really was coming in. They onto the Togekiss, which is even nicer for me because now I'll be able to Dragon Breath down their Togekiss without any issues, and I have massive energy advantage now. And at this stage, I can really go for Iron Head. I don't want to wait for the debuff because I have a move. I don't think I have a move loaded onto the Landorus, but at this stage I have a shield advantage, and with this shield I'll definitely be able to outpace them. At this stage I could have really gone for the superpower, but I didn't want to take any risk, hence I go for the Stone Edge, which was the safer play. And yeah, very well played to my opponent. Moving on to the next one, picking up another positive lead in the form of the Kyogre. So getting some good leads in this set, and the opponent makes a swap to Gyarados, and it's a Dragon Tail Gyarados. So I really don't know the count of the Dragon Tails to crunch, but fortunately we are able to successfully shield one. But unfortunate thing is that we get a debuff, and I think since my Mewtwo is not level 50 yet, it's 48.5-ish if I'm not wrong. So you'll see what happens. So we go for the Side Strike, and Side Strike will get shielded. And now that the opponent are out of shields, I thought that it would be a safer shield for me because I'll be able to outpace them and get rid of this Gyarados. So we go for the Side Strike, and I'm to 100% expecting this to KO, but they survive with barely 2 or 1 HP, and this allows them to get to a charge move, which is not what I wanted. So we both are out of shields, and I come in with Landorus for a very aggressive farm. Unfortunately, they are not able to get to an Aqua Tail, so they bring in their Kyogre, and which I thought that they would be going to do. Hence, I took massive energy advantage on my Landorus, so aggressively making the swap on the Dialga. And here my strat is to force a CMP tie, which I think I'm able to do that. And if they go for an Earthquake, I think they definitely would go for an Earthquake. There is no point in them not going for it. So yeah, we are able to do a CMP tie, which is quite nice because now we will be able to completely farm them down. And Landorus is definitely going to win CMP over Kyogre. So a very well played from my opponent's side, considering they lost the lead. But yeah, able to pull that one off. GG's. Moving on to the next one, picking up a Mamoswine Lead. So this lead is slightly difficult for Dialga. I mean, you definitely would want to shield a Bulldoze, and Avalanche does a decent chunk as well. So I think they build up to a Bulldoze and hence a shield. So very good shield from my side. And now I can go for some extra farm, and they bring in their Yveltal. So it's good that I'm seeing this Pokemon here and not in the back, and they did a safe swap rather than I was the one making it, because if Yveltal got caught up in against my Mewtwo, that would have been really a very bad situation. So we go for the Stone Edge, and this Stone Edge I think should be KOing this or not KOing. And I think my opponent just started lagging here. So yeah, at one point I thought about just trying to stop and not play, but in one of the previous games even I hard lagged like a lot, because yesterday I think was one of the very bad day for PvP. The game was lagging crazy. So so yeah, feeling bad for my opponent, but it is what it is. I mean, the game is lagging a lot, so there is nothing much that we can do as of now. And I'm quite worried about the GBL day, which is going to happen tomorrow, because if the game lags the same way it's lagging at this point of time, the GBL day is going to be horrible for a lot of people, which obviously we don't want to happen. So let's see how it goes out. But my opponent is still lagging, and I think if they hadn't lagged, we definitely would have been able to play this one as a very close game. And the reason for that is, yeah, they had a Mewtwo, so I think we would have played a very close game. It was not a certain win for any of us, but yeah, there's nothing much we can do. So moving on to the next game, we pick up a neutral lead with this ho, and if we get debuff on the Sacred Fire, that would not be a very good situation. And Sacred Fire does some decent amount of damage to, or they go for an Earthquake. So very good shield from my side. But now I can safely go for a very aggressive farm down, not farm down, but very aggressive over farm. And that was just a brave bird. I was counting the fast moves, but that did a massive amount of damage as well. So in comes this Landorus, we grab a shield. Now we are even on shields, and even though I was trying to go for an extra Psycho Cut there, which I was able to successfully get. So going for they go for the Stone Edge, and now I can go for a very aggressive overfarm here as well. So I think lately in the Master League, I have gotten good at energy management, but yeah, they are able to get to a superpower, which is not good. And I decided to let go of my Mewtwo, even though I was at almost almost another side strike, and potentially could have farmed them down. But I didn't want to go two shields down. So in comes their own Dialga, and fortunately we are able to get to this Draco, which is quite huge. And we will grab the shield, but now we can swap into our Landorus and start loading up on energy. Going for the super pass straight away, not sure if this will be enough to KO the opposing Dialga or not. It barely is able to. I think we marginally just was able to knock them down, and my opponent quits the game, realizing they cannot win. And that's a 5-0 set. And I am going to show another set which I played decently but horribly as well. So picking up a positive lead, and they swap into extra drill. So this probably is Garchomp double steel line, and you can just see me doing the notification flex as well. Not notification flex, but I was just adjusting the settings so that I don't get the notifications. So they go for this rock slide, and we have a lot of energy stored up. So going for the superpower, and if at this stage if even if the shield, we had another superpower loaded. So good recognition from my opponent's side, and they come in with Garchomp. So going for this another superpower, and looks like it's a Dragon Tail Garchomp, so we will go down. And my opponent makes an immediate swap, to which I counter swap into Mewtwo, and the game is certainly not yet over because one, I am not running Focus Blast, and if they are able to call the Side Strike bait, it would be very difficult for us. But with two shields up, I think Mewtwo can still put up a fight against Melmetal, so they'll continuously go for the Rock Slides. And even though I haven't invested any shields at this point of time, but certainly I would want to do that at not at, but starting now. So we go for the Side Strike. Hopefully we get the shield. Yeah, so we are able to get the shield, and now I'll just mirror a shield, and I'm keeping a close watch on my switch timer because I am expecting my opponent to make a swap at any point of time. So we load a Side Strike, and we are able to swap at the right time before Mewtwo goes down. So yeah, that was something that I was expecting my opponent to do. And yeah, at this stage, the game is basically wrapped up because Mewtwo has a Side Strike loaded, and this Melmetal would need to throw a superpower in order to knock me out, and Mewtwo will win CMP again anyway. So I do not throw the charge move. I build up. I go for extra because if they go for a Rock Slide, the game is over, and if they go for a superpower, the game is over because at this range, on a debuffed Melmetal, Side Strike would be enough to KO. So yeah, very well played from my opponent's end, and good games. Moving on to the next game, picking up a Mewtwo Lead, shiny Mewtwo at that, so congratulations to my opponent. And I really want to get a Shundo Mewtwo, but yeah, even any Shundo Pokemon for now, because my Shundo count is 0. So we grab the shield, which is good, but it's a 50-50 call, and I end up shielding a Side Strike, so this is not really good. So it can be a Focus Blast. We get double baited, so this is not good. And the opponent is building, and now they make a swap to their Kyogre. And here is where I should have played this one better. Either I should have swapped into Mewtwo immediately, or should have thrown the Draco. I at this stage I was really worried that I would end up losing this game. So they go for the Surf, which will not do anything, but I am in a very peculiar situation here. So we go for this Iron Head, and I'm not expecting my opponent to shield, to be honest. But they shield the charge move, which was quite surprising. Unfortunately, we are not able to get to charge move. So I come in with Mewtwo and try to not Psycho Cut them down. But I think, yeah, we both made the swap. So my Mewtwo is still alive, and they go for the Shadow Ball. So that was a very good recognition from my side, and we are not able to farm them down. So it's 40% Mewtwo against like one full health of their Pokemon. Not 40%, I think it's 60%. So in comes Sylveon, and I think the play is similar here, that if I manage to deny, and so as you can see, I managed to deny, and not deny, but my fast move timing was quite good. So this will allow me to get to two side strikes, which will be enough to knock out Sylveon. And I think we can Psycho Cut the Kyogre down, but we simultaneously KO at the same time. So very well played from my opponent's side, and again, I should have played this one better. So picking up the Dialga mirror matchup, and I think in my head that I started with a bit of delay, and with one Dragon Breath, I lagged somewhere, and hence I shielded, because yeah, as you can see, I was a couple of Dragon Breaths away from the Draco Meteor, so I was fearful that it may end up being a Draco. So yeah, I think this shield deficit would really cost me, because now they are able to pair their Giratina against my Mewtwo, which is not good, and I'm a shield deficit as well. But the good thing is that I have an Iron Head loaded, so I was just praying that they go for an Ominous Wind here, but they end up going for the Shadow Ball, which is not quite good for me. And they are still at 2 shield advantage off of me, and my Dialga is basically dead. So even though if they shield this one, I think the game is basically wrapped up. So yeah, they ended up shielding it, but they start with a somewhat of a desync, you can say. And I cannot really shield here, because otherwise the Ho-Oh can simply go for 2 Brave Birds in order to knock me out. So yeah, I was expecting that they might go for they might not switch out of that matchup, and Landorus miraculously just farm down the Giratina. So in theory, I think if I had played this one a slightly better, I think if my move timing was right, I could have gotten to a superpower, but it was really clutch. So yeah, it is what it is. So taking a loss on that one as well. Moving on to the next game, we are in a Mewtwo matchup now again, and the opponent is not throwing; they are going for some extra farm, which is good for me, because I'll be able to pressure the shield earlier on, and this Mewtwo shields indeed. And since I was baited twice, I let go of this, but in damn, it ends up being a focus blast. So this is just a side strike. I was counting the fast move, so. Yeah, seeing your Dialga just getting one-shotted it's just depressing. So it's not good. It's not good when you see just the life getting sucked out of your Dialga. But in comes the Melmetal. So we are still in a good position. I go for the side strike, which is not quite the right play. I should have really gone for the Shadow Ball there. And my opponent does a no shield as well, so that is not quite good for me. And they go for this Rock Slide, and yeah, we go for a Shadow Ball, but I'm not sure how beneficial would this be for me. And a Shadow Ball gets shielded, which is even worse. And now they'll go for this Rock Slide, which I obviously don't want to shield. Yeah, I think if I had gone for the Shadow Ball straight away, I might have been in a better position, and the worst possible Pokemon came out of the situation. And I don't think that even my shield, like my shield basically is of no use, and I do a very terrible fast move timing, and they are able to sneak in this Dragon Tail. And only if I had my fast move timing a bit better, I think I would have gotten to another superpower. And they bait me with a Sand Tomb as well. So yeah, this is game over. I definitely should have played this one well. This is completely on me. So moving on to the last game, and right until now it's 1-2 and 1 draw. So let's see if I'm able to get a positive. Picking up a negative lead in the form of the Melmetal though, and I tried to catch a superpower, but failed miserably at that. And in comes the Gyarados swap, which is okay for me, because if I win this matchup, I will be able to pair Landorus against the Melmetal. But Melmetal is absolutely loaded on energy, so we will have to see how this works out. And they go for this Crunch, which I shield, and I decide to just farm a little, because I wasn't really aware of the how many fast moves or how much energy are they at. So they go for this Rock Slide, and this Rock Slide will not be enough to knock us out, but yeah, we will get very low, and we not be able to get to a charge move. So So yeah, the Mewtwo will go down, and in comes Landorus. But the good thing is that they are out of energy at this point of stage. So now definitely they are. So they'll go for this rock slide, and I'll look to farm some extra. And they come in with their Garchomp, and I make an immediate swap to Dialga. They don't have, they have a shield advantage compared to me. Now they don't, but I do have to watch out for a potential bait, and it's. I'll definitely would have to shield this. There is no way that I cannot. But they end up, so they end up going for an Earthquake, which is good for me because now I straight away go for this Iron Head, which they shield. I was quite surprised to see them shield this because, or not. I think it was a very good shield considering that they had an Earth Power loaded, which they were confident they'll get to. But at this stage, the game is basically wrapped up because I can survive on Rock Slide, and then I'll be able to outpace them to a superpower. So yeah, and I delay throwing the charge move until because I wasn't really sure that if that would have KO'd. And if that would not have cured, I think Landers would have gone down to that rock slide. So once they threw the rock slide, I think I was confident enough that I'll be able to pull this one off. So I think that last decision really came off handy, and that's it from this game's point for this video. Until next time, peace.